I just grew up in a very bad area in Brazil, you know, very poor neighborhood. So yeah, I had a lot of issues, you know. It was a very poor area, you know, and people they don't have money, and there's a lot of drug dealers, you know, and yeah, something like that, you know, drug dealers and no money, you know. I used to see a lot of bad things, you know, in Brazil. For example, like people get killed in front of me, you know, drug dealers killing people, burning people, something like that, something like that. My idol is Vanderlei Silva. I really like him, you know. Actually, I started to fight because of him, you know. I love his style, you know, and yeah, he's my idol. I used to play soccer, you know, in Brazil. Soccer is very popular, you know, so I used to play soccer, play basketball, you know. Yeah, I think it's this. I used to go to school, you know, in the mornings and work in the afternoon, you know, because we need money, you know, to survive. I need to pay my bills, you know. I start to work very early, you know, like I was 13, 14 years old. My first job I was 11. No, my first job I was 9. My first job I was working like a body shop, clean auto parts with gasoline. That was my first job. I was 9. I just started to train to do martial arts when I was kid, to stay out of the drugs, out of the crime, and to defend myself. I didn't have money for nothing. I used to have a bad parents, you know. My dad used to hit me a lot, you know, and I had no peace inside the house, you know. I was more happy outside than inside the house, you know. I left my house. I was 13 years old. I left and never come back, you know. I survived working, you know, different jobs, and I start to live with couple friends, you know. So like every month I moved to a different house, you know, friend's house, you know. My friends used to help me a lot. That's how I survived. I was working during the day and going to school in the night. So I graduated high school, yes. And then when I finished the high school, I was already training jiu-jitsu and boxing and Muay Thai, and I decided to compete, you know. And I want to be a fighter because that's all what I know to do, you know. And then I start to compete, you know. I used to clean the gym, you know, for training. So clean the bathroom, clean the mat, clean everything, and the coach, he let me train for free, you know. But I used to clean the gym every day. I can tell you, I know like 10, 20 guys in Brazil. If you tell them, okay, you gotta cut one of your fingers off to have everything what this guy have, they cut right away and they don't think about it, you know. I moved to US. I'm 30. I was 24. When I started to compete in Brazil, I start to win a lot of good tournaments in Brazil. And then I started to make a little bit more money, you know. I got off of the favela. I rented my own apartment for the first time in a better area, you know, close to the favelas, but in a bad area, you know, not very dangerous like before. Favela, it's like a ghetto in Brazil, you know. It is the ghetto, you know, but worse the ghetto. And then the UFC, they invite me to fight here in US because I fought one tournament in Brazil. I did 3 fights at the same night, and I won. And then after this tournament, they gave me the title, the best of the Brazil on 205 pounds. So the UFC, they invited me to fight here. So I did 3 fights here in US, but I was living in Brazil. So I made some good money. So when I moved to US, I had some money in my pocket, you know. So more than enough to have a decent life, you know. When I used to live with my mom and my dad, I used to live in a bad area, but I was that bad, you know what I mean? My dad used to be very crazy, you know, he used to hit me a lot, and you know, break my fingers, you know, and doing a lot of bad things, you know. So I was tired to get beaten, you know, all the time for nothing, you know. So I just decided, you know, and since I left my house, I never see my dad or my mom again. I was 13, I'm 30. I used to train in jiu-jitsu, right? So I was training at the gym. Was a new gym for me, you know, different team, and I just trained like 3 weeks, and my ex-coach, he told me, okay, you're gonna fight in 3 weeks. I said, but how? I don't even know stand up, you know, I don't know boxing, I don't know Muay Thai, I don't know kickboxing, I don't know nothing. I just know jiu-jitsu. It's more than enough. You're gonna fight and that's it. You want the money or not? I said, okay, of course I want the money. I need the money. So I went to fight, and was supposed to be 2 rounds, 10 minutes each round, and I was losing the fight by decision, and in the last round, last 20 minutes, I knocked the guy out with a head kick. I felt so happy, so happy. I couldn't sleep for like 2 days. You know, I didn't sleep at all, nothing for like 2 days, because I was so happy, you know. And it was fun, you know. I met my wife in Brazil when I was 17 years old. Now I have a good facility to training. I have very good teammates, you know. So now I feel myself on the track, you know. I can tell I have a really team to train, you know. My next fight's gonna be in 2 weeks, June 8th in Brazil. I'm happy because I don't fight in Brazil since 2007, 2006, 2007. So now I have the opportunity, you know, to come back to my country and show my work, you know. It's gonna be nice because when you fight in Brazil, I remember, you know, it's very different, you know, because I don't know, the people, they're different than here. I don't know. It's very hard to explain, you know, but it's different, you know. And actually, for us Brazilians, you know, we feel more comfortable, you know. We feel home, you know. I love tattoos, you know. I used to like I like a lot of I like tattoos, you know. My first tattoo, when I got my first tattoo, I was like 14, 15 years old, and yeah, you know, all of those are my favorites, you know. I don't have like specific one, but I love tattoos, you know. I love the art. I saw the picture, you know. I like it, you know, and I decided to do. I would like to thank you, my fans, you know, and you guys gonna see me more time, you know. I will be fighting for a long time.